G. How are we today? I want to welcome all of us once again to this week's episode. I'm happy to have you here. If you're a new subscriber or this is your first time, I want to say thank you for visiting my channel. I hope you stick around by subscribing, pressing the like button, and sharing. And for the returning subscribers, I just want to appreciate you. Thank you for all the courage. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the share. Thank you for the like. Thank you for everything. And with you guys, I tell you, it's really been an awesome journey. And I've also learned a lot from what I have been talking about. Actually, these are things I do for myself, and I feel I should, you know, share it with my fellow women because life is tough, life happens. And so that brings us to today's episode where we'll be talking about resilience. Resilience, it is one of the best things that can happen to anyone, especially women. Now, resilience just means the ability to bounce back, ability to pull through, ability to not stay down, but push through the adversities of life. And how can this help us get to where we want to be the woman we want to be, and live a destined and purposeful life? We have been talking about how to move from stuck to action. And today is the wrap. We talked about empowerment, self empowerment. Okay, I'm bringing this back because we look at a situation where you have everything. It's like you have everything going for you. You have everything that you need to move on. However, you know that life happens. So this is to prepare you. And I call this the wrap. Okay, it's like you get so many things and you wrap it up. And that is what resilience does for you. Now look at it this way. You have discovered that, oh, I really need to make something out of my life. And you have thought about empowering yourself. You've gone through the process, you've discovered your purpose, or you have created one. And then you have surrounded yourself with the right people. Okay. Now, I want to let you know that life happens. Okay. Adversity happens every day, every time. Things happen to us that will shake us, that will push us down. Okay. That I even believe that many of us have, if not all of us, have experienced these things in life. Adversity does not discriminate. You need to know that. For everyone who must have been successful today, for everyone who is living the life of their dreams, for everyone who you think is going all smooth and well for the person, that person must have gone through one form of adversity, one form of challenge, one form of difficulty or the other. Okay, there are some that we have psychological trauma. Some of us are going through or have gone through psychological trauma, emotional trauma, physical trauma. It can be anything. But what do you do when life pulls you down, when life pushes you down, when life crushes you, when life crashes in on you unexpectedly? What do you do? Your mental preparedness is going to determine how you bounce back. And that is what resilience does for you. Resilience helps you to spring back up. It's just like throwing something heavy on a springboard. Does it remain down there? No, it goes up. Okay, it springs back up, and that is what we really need to build. We need to build our resilience. Okay, and for you to build your resilience, you have to build your mental strength. You have to build your mental capacity. It's already there. I want to tell you that you're already resilient because so many things have been going on with you. A lot of us have faced a lot of challenges, maybe the death of a loved one, the passing of a child, the loss of a job, your business tanked, or people don't love to be around you. You feel neglected or despised. It can be anything. I want to tell you that no matter what it is, the people that are up there, or the people that are here down below, or even the people that are in the middle, we all go through adversity in one way or the other at one point in our lives. But what matters is, how do you attend to these adversities? Now, when you go through a storm, I think I talked about this either last week or 2 weeks ago. When you go through a storm or when you are faced with a storm, what do you do? Do you stand by and allow the storm to pass before you move? Or do you go head on and allow the storm to be a propeller to your next destination? And I'll tell you what the storm will do for you. Now, when you get head on into the storm will move you can move you from point A to point C or point E or point F, depending on how strong that storm is. The stronger the storm, the faster you get to your destination. It's not going to be a smooth ride, it's not going to be easy. Okay, but instead of waiting, why can't you ask, or instead of feeling down, why can't you ask yourself, what can I achieve in this rain? What can I achieve in this turbulent situation? How do I get out of this place? Do not sit down and wait for people to get solutions to you. Rather, become the solution that you are looking for. In the midst of adversity, turn your adversity into an advantage. That is what resilience do for you. What do resilient people do? Resilient people are strong and they are proactive. Resilient people are proactive. They think ahead of time. They know that life happens. They know that things will happen. Even the Bible says that if your strength is little, if you fail in the time of adversity, your strength is little. So what do? You build up your strength. That is what resilient people do. They prepare ahead of the storm. They prepare ahead of the rainy day. They get themselves mentally ready, mentally stable, because until you develop what you have in you, you may not really know the extent and the level of your capacity. Resilient people are hopeful people. They always believe they're hopeful and they're optimistic. They always believe that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. They believe that though I am here right now, I am going to move forward, and they do not allow the situation in which they are in right now determine what their tomorrow will be. So even if you have empowered yourself, you've gone through the process of empowerment, you know what you are bringing to the table, you've started that business, you've taken that step, you've created that purpose. You've surrounded yourself with the right people. A time will come when shit happens, when things happen. Okay, so what do you do at that point in time? You bring together all these resources that you have and you launch it, because we all prefer to stay in a default setting. Your default setting can be laziness. Your default setting can be procrastination. Your default setting can be unforgiveness. Your default setting can be anger. Your default setting can be anything. And it can stop you from moving to the next stage of your life, even if you have surrounded yourself and you have equipped yourself. So if you do not want to remain where you are and allow all the other resources that you have to go to waste, you have to do what? Change your settings. And that is where resilience comes in. Resilience puts you at that point where instead of seeing yourself as drowning, you are looking for a way to swim past, to follow the tide. You learn on the spot, you improvise. Resilient people don't quit. They are not quitters. They don't give up because they believe that something good will happen. They are optimistic. They are optimists. It has helped me. I don't believe anything is impossible. I tell you. Now I'm going to tell us a little stuff that happened to me. So I usually take the train to work. I usually try to take the train to work, and I have to walk for about 15 minutes to get to the train station before I get to work. And once the train is off, has gone, that's the end. That means I'm going to be late for. So one day I left the house very late. Well, not very late, but later than I was supposed to go. And I was then brisk walking and walking fast. Not only brisk walking, but I was almost running and walking. Okay, I walk fast normally, but that was different. And I haven't walked out for a very long time. So my calves were aching, my legs were aching, but I had 15 minutes distance to cover. Okay, and I had to cover it within 10 minutes or less because I'll still have to buy my ticket for the train. And you know what it means? I walked I walked and walked. My legs were aching. But did I stop? No, I could not stop, even if I wanted to stop. Why? Because I must get to the train station at that particular point in time. If I had a choice, if I was not catching the train, maybe I would have not certainly I would have not walked fast. I would have taken my time, or even if I decided to walk fast, I would have rested. It's the same thing with athletes, okay? Even when they are running, they have to persevere, they have to be persistent, they have to continue. They don't finish line, and that is the goal. You get to the finish line. You don't allow anything to stop you. And to do that, you need to change your mind. You need to start thinking in a different way, that these things have not come to mar you, but they have come to make you turn your scars into stories, turn your wounds into wins. Okay, turn them into wisdom. That is what resilience does for you. If you have everything, but you do not have the stamina, the capacity to push through, at the end, you see yourself failing, and that is not the best. Even when you fail, failure is not a death sentence. It only means that you have another opportunity to try. And this is where many of us stop. Many of us are waiting for things to be dropped on in our lives. Many of us have given up so easily. Many of us, Bible says that patience works out something in us. When you wait, you do what? You are made stronger. What you go through, someone says that what you go through, you grow through. When you go through it, you grow through it, because it will make you, it will shape you, it will form you, it will strengthen you. And until certain things hit you, you may not really know your capacity to withstand certain situations. And you don't have to wait till that time. You need to start now, to start, rewiring your brain. Start thinking differently on how you can stand strong even in the face of adversity. And remember, adversity is no respecter of persons. It happens to the weak, it happens to the strong, it happens to the mighty, it happens to the rich, it happens to the poor. In all these things, it is not to him. It is not for because you have strength. Okay, it's not about your strength. It's not just about your strength, rather it's about persevering and getting to the end. It is those who persevere to the end that will be saved. And your condition, your circumstance, the adversity does not define you. It does not define you, except you allow it to define you. Allow your courage, allow your strength to really define you and bring you out and make you that woman you want to be. And I want to let you know that you can be whatever you want to be if you can put in the work, if you can take the action, if you can put in your best, if you can put in your all. A woman who is about to give birth and she pushes the first time, does she stop? No, she does not stop. She persists. The birth pangs, the birth pains, they come strong. And what does she do? Does she just stay there and stay in pains? No, what does she do? She uses the pangs of birth and she uses all the strength within her and she pushes through, because she knows that when she pushes, something is coming out, something lovely, something wonderful, something that she has been carrying for a long time. And it is at that point of birthing that she has to push. If her strength fails, she will not make it. The child will not make it. It is the same thing. If you create purpose, if you discover purpose and you cannot stand the test of time, that purpose dies. So push through to the end, blossoming and being the woman you want to become. I have gone through it. I persevered. I do not allow anything hold me back. And I want to tell you the same thing. Don't allow anything hold you back. No matter what it is, you can overcome. You can make it. If I can make it, if I could push through, if I could rise from the place of ashes and come up, if I could go from the place, from the dungeon to limelight, you can also do it. And that is your superpower, your resilience. Put it to good use and you will be so happy for it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.